Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
I am logging in a few minutes early. Welcome to Watching Wanda's World on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. with my guest co-hosts, Courtney and Sean. And we are going to have a very interesting topic today. Did they say since you're already live streaming to go stop on? Oh, okay. I'm already live streaming. Okay. And alright. And let's see. Let's see what is going on with Restream. I'm glad I started this a little early. Go back. Oh, it's live streaming off another name. Okay, never mind. I forgot I added it in my thing. Okay, so we are going to be going live. We're going to start speaking at exactly 7. We are going to go live at exactly 7 p.m. This is Wanda Godsbrat of Watching Wanda's World with Courtney and Sean, my co-hosts. We have a very interesting topic for you today. I'm going to give you a phone number, 443-272-1080. Which will be hopefully a number you can call in on. This is out. We tried it last week and nobody wanted to talk to us. But we would really like to get your input on the topic. And today's topic is sometimes the enemy is the inner me. Let that marinate for you. Sometimes the enemy is the inner I-N-N-E-R me. And what does that mean to you? Like, I can tell you where I'm going to go with it. Wrote a speech about it. Want to hear it? I can tell you what it means to me, but I'd be very interested in hearing what it means to you. Sometimes the enemy is their inner me. So, I'm just checking a few things. Yes, we are moving right along. And y'all gonna like it when y'all see it. Sometimes the enemy is the inner me. That is our topic for today. And hello there. Hi, I am Wanda Godsbrat of Godsbrat and Her Paint on Facebook, as well as Wanda Godsbrat. I have 2 pages. Godsbrat and Her Paint is my business page. If you'll go and like and share the page, I greatly appreciate it. Today I have my guest co-host with me. Flipping the camera. Sean in the purple and Courtney in the Nike shirt. We have a very interesting topic. You two look so beautiful. We have a very interesting topic today, which is sometimes the enemy is the inner me. So before I get started running my mouth, Courtney is going to lead us in a poem.
Okay. Okay. It's called. This is actually titled. Open up.
It's called
to me.
This is actually titled.
Open your eyes to she.
To me.
A once innocent
Open your
type.
eyes to she.
Glimmer is bright as
A
a
once
perfect
innocent
gem.
type.
Wine
Glimmer is
light.
bright as a
Carefree.
perfect gem beneath.
Play is all that
Wine
envelops her mind.
Carefree.
Isolate.
Play is
She
all
can't be
that
cautioned to her
envelops her
faith.
mind.
Her thoughts,
Isolate.
words,
She
and
can't be
actions
cautioned to her
reign
faith.
pure.
Her thoughts,
She
words,
exists
and
in
actions
actions.
reign pure.
Open your
She
ears
exists in
to she.
pure.
She speaks in tongues.
Open
silently.
your ears to she.
There is not even one
She speaks
who
in
knows
tongues
what lies
silently.
inside of her.
There is not
She
even
smiles
one
when
who
she
knows
feels
what lies
tears.
inside of her.
She hurts what she
She
loves.
smiles when she feels
How could any
tears.
of this be?
She hurts what she loves.
Silence tried to kill me.
How could any of this be?
She moves through life like a
Silence
wrecking ball,
tried to
tearing
kill me.
away everything that crosses
She moves
her
through
path.
life like a wrecking ball,
A small
tearing
part
away
of she
everything
that
that
is
crosses
loving
her
and
path.
sweet
A small
passes
part
through
of
her
she
as she
that is
births her
loving and
firstborn. She
passes through her
is her
as she
only source
births
of
her
life.
firstborn.
She catches a spark
She
from her.
is
It
her
can never
only
manage
source
to
of
keep
life.
her flame ablaze.
She catches a spark from her, but can never
Open
manage
your
to
heart
keep her
to she.
flame ablaze.
There rests a never molested place in her, which longs
There
to be
rests a
touched.
never
She,
molested place in
Her
her,
firstborn
which
has
longs
loved
to be
her but has
touched.
yet to
She,
find that place in
her
her.
firstborn,
No
has
one
loved her but has yet to
She wants
find
to
that place
be
in her.
in love, requited,
No one is.
but looks
She
onto
wants
the
to
world
be
with fear.
in love, requited, but
She
looks
has claimed to
onto
cherish
the world
her.
with fear.
Then, without warning,
She has claimed
a
to
sinew
cherish
of
her.
hate blacking this,
Then, without
Love,
warning, a
while their
sinew of
fists
hate
blacking
blacking
her
this
eye.
love,
She looks
while
upon
their
her,
fists blacking
love her
her
as
eyes.
with,
She looks
with
upon
suspicious
her.
eyes.
Love her as
Her heart is thirsty. She
with
opens the
suspicious
icebox, and
Her
there
heart
on the
is
top
thirsty.
shelf sits a
She
nice
opens
tall
the icebox,
green glass of
and
freshly
there on the
squeezed
top
pink
shelf
lemonade.
sits a nice tall green
Bitter at
glass of
first.
freshly squeezed
Once
pink
they're
lemonade.
added together, it begins to
Bitter
sweeten.
at first. Once
Every
they're added
swallow
together, it begins to
Pours
sweeten.
into her more love,
Every
more
swallow
sweetness, more
pours
patience,
into her
and
more
more
love,
much needed
more
hope,
sweetness,
like a
more
newborn
patience,
baby,
and
She
more
chokes.
much needed hope,
and dribbles.
like a newborn baby,
She'll learn
She
to swallow
chokes.
it all.
and dribbles.
Open
But
your minds to
she'll
she.
learn to
Think
swallow
of
it
her,
all.
then and now.
Open your mind
Remember
to
the
she.
wrecking ball that
Think
she
of
once
her.
was?
Then and now.
She has opened her eyes
Remember
to
the
herself
wrecking ball
and
that she
realized
once
that the
was?
light she gave
She has
birth
opened
to
her eyes
came
to
from
herself
within.
and realized that the
It has
light
not passed
she
on
gave
without
birth
having
to
left a
came
spark
from
behind.
within.
She still
It has not
shines
passed on
inside.
without having left a spark
Her
behind.
glass of pink
She still
lemonade
shines
has added
inside.
fuel to her fire.
Her glass
If
of
only
pink
she knew how
lemonade
to
has
open up.
added fuel to
Her
her
fire
fire.
is ablaze.
If only she
She
knew how
needs to let it
open up
shine out.
her fire
Allow
is
her
ablaze.
gem to mold itself
She
in that
needs to let it
fire.
shine out.
A fire
Allow
which
her
will
gem
shape
to
her
mold
divine
itself in
treasure
that
and make
fire.
her whole again.
A fire which will shape her divine treasure and make it whole again.
Okay, so Sean, while the camera is still on you, I want to hear what the topic means to you, because I think each of us have our own perspective or own feeling of what it brings.
I think each of us have our own or own feeling of what it brings.
Well, life in general. Life challenges, life experience, good, bad, ugly. Well, and it's just all life, how you, how life challenges, life experience, challenges, even the good things. You know what I mean? It shapes you. It's just all how you deal with those related to even the good things. You know what I mean? It shapes you. So it could be related to a lot of things. Being a single woman, being a mother, being homeless, being a single woman, twists and turns.
Right.
So it can mean a lot. That's what I get from that.
Okay. And Courtney, before I turn the camera, what is your, when you first heard the title, what resonated with you?
Okay, and Courtney, before I turn the
When
camera,
I first
what
heard the title,
when you first heard the title, what resonated with
and
you?
it takes me a while to process things.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first heard it, I was like, wow, that's amazing. It took after a few days a while to process things. It started when I first heard it, I was like, wow, a bit deep. So it took after a few days, I just started to get a bit deep, learn to deal with, for me, my life challenges and tell myself it's just my fault. So it almost kind of made me feel like my life challenges and tell myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it almost kind of, and I know that's not what you meant at all, but it was.
We all are going to take
You know
it
what
differently.
I'm
It's because of our life experiences.
know
It's going to
that's not
resonate differently with each one of us.
But it was,
So now I'm going to switch the camera to me.
We all are going to take it differently. It's
And
because of
for
our
me,
life
I'm just going to
experiences.
read
It's
something.
gonna resonate with each one of us. So
I
now I'm
did
gonna
this
switch
in
the
my
camera to
little
me.
unorthodox church group.
And
It's a
for
group
me,
of us from
I'm
high
just gonna read
school
something.
that initially got together because our brother was having double valve heart replacement surgery. So we started meeting 2 weeks prior to his surgery just to cover him in prayer going into the surgery. And we're still meeting. He was in the hospital for like 7 weeks. And on Thursdays we have Bible study. Guess who they asked to lead Bible study? So this was my title. I may or may not interject my Bible verses in here because I know everybody does not believe in God. I do. And I have no problem with saying that, but I'm not going to force my beliefs down your throat, as I would expect you to respect anything that we are different in our views on, not to force feed me anything. So I'm still going to get my point across. I may or may not throw a Bible verse in there. I'm just going to do as the Spirit leads. And the Spirit said, you can't see, girl. That's what the Spirit said. But check them eyes out, y'all. Yeah, the Spirit said show them off too. Okay, all right. But the Spirit said I can't see. That's what had happened. That's what had happened. So what I started out with is get out of your own way. Self-doubt, unrealistic expectations, low self-esteem, needing validation from others, not recognizing your own strengths. Wasn't nobody dinging the neat stag on messenger groups when I was sitting here doing nothing. Yeah, every messenger group that I am in is dinging. And I can't just like put the phone on do not disturb because I'm telling people to call in. I'm sorry, that just agitated my spirit. Y'all know I'm not lying. Did y'all hear my phone? Okay.
I'm sorry, that just agitated my spirit.
All right, so let me start over. Jesus, increase you. Let everything that I say, do, think.
All right, so let me start over.
Let people see you interacting in and through me through this live. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So, get out of your own way. Self-doubt, unrealistic expectations, low self-esteem, needing validation from others, not recognizing your own strength, allowing others to live rent-free in your head, depression, not knowing your worth, not listening to your own intuition, not doing the work to heal from the people and things that have hurt you. Let's do away with stinking thinking. Acknowledge that
doing the
once
work
you
to
know,
heal from
you
the
cannot
people and
pretend
things that
not
have
to
hurt
know.
you.
Because God holds
Let's
you
do away
accountable
with
once you've
stinking
learned the
thinking.
lesson.
Acknowledge that once
Oftentimes,
you know,
it is easier
you
to
cannot
act
pretend
out
not
when
to
someone
know,
hurts you,
because God
disrespects
holds you
you,
accountable
or you
once
feel
you've
like
learned the lesson.
you're tired of being the bigger person.
Oftentimes,
But
is
it's
easier
not
to act
about
out
you.
when someone
It's
hurts
about
you,
how you honor
disrespects
God
you,
and
or
His
you feel
word
like
and
you're
how you
tired of
work
being
in
the
His
bigger
image.
person. But it's not about you. It's about how you honor God and His word and how you work in His image.
The enemy.
Right.
Everything that you just read,
title.
through
I
that
just read that that's what it means.
represents that
The
title.
enemy.
And this was
Right.
coming
Everything
from
that
my
you
own
just read.
perspective, things that I've gone through in my past.
Represents
Negative
that
feelings.
And
Before I
this is coming
grew
from
up,
my own perspective,
before
things that I've gone
I
through in my past,
knew my worth, before I learned
negative
that
feelings,
what other
before
people
I
did to
grew
me
up,
did not define me
before
as a
I,
person.
knew my worth,
And that I don't have to be a
before I
product
learned
of
that
my environment
what
or my
other people
situation
did to
or
me
circumstance.
did not define me
I
as
can
a
rise
person.
above that.
And that I don't
But
have to be a product
I'm 52
of
years
my
old.
environment or
And
my
sometimes
situation or
the
circumstance.
inner me
I can rise
will
above
regress. And I do feel
But
depression.
I'm 52
I
years
do
old.
feel anxiety.
And sometimes
But then,
the inner me
haven't I already learned this
will
lesson?
regress.
Why
And
am
I
I
do feel
repeating this
depression.
cycle?
I do feel anxiety.
You know? So,
But then,
once
haven't I already learned this
you
lesson?
know,
Why am I
even in
repeating this
biblical
cycle?
senses, God holds you accountable
You know,
for that knowledge.
So,
or whatever.
once
So if you choose,
know,
in my opinion, and I'm talking
even
about
in
me,
biblical senses,
if you
God holds you
choose
accountable for
to
that
allow
or whatever,
that
so
person
if you choose,
to
in
enter
my
your
opinion,
head rent
and I'm
free,
talking about me,
after
if
you've
you choose
gotten to a point that you
allow
live with it, because you never
that
get over
person
certain
to
things.
enter your
I hate
head
when people
rent
say, shouldn't you be over it by now? Certain
gotten
things
to
you
a
never
point
get
that you
over. You
live
just
with it, 'cause
learn
you never
to
get
live
over
with.
certain things.
That
I
could
hate
be
when people
death
say,
of a family
"Shouldn't you be
member.
over it by now?"
That could be
certain things you
sexual
never get
trauma.
over. You just
That
learn
could
to
be
live with.
a whole multitude
That
of
could be
things.
death of a family member.
So after I read that,
could be
how do y'all feel
sexual
about the
trauma.
title now?
That could be a
I
whole
feel like,
multitude of things. So after I read that, how do y'all feel about the title now?
and this is just what I'm feeling
like.
from it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was rough yesterday, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I started processing what I'm getting from
Right.
it. But I and it was take accountability yesterday, you know, for the choices because I started processing. You know, if I choose to step out there, have to take accountability. Something goes wrong for the choices that I
Right.
make. It's not my fault.
It's not your fault, right?
But I do have to take some type of accountability.
Right.
It's not
Mhm.
the things
It's
that
not
I've
your
been,
fault, right?
because I couldn't have to take some type of accountability
Hi, Renee.
for
Mm-hmm.
You have
the
at
things that I've
least.
been, because I couldn't.
I'm still keeping the camera on you even though I'm talking. Now,
Renee.
and that's true to a degree because
Um,
everything,
I'm still keeping
you
the
could be
camera
doing
on.
everything absolutely right. You could
Now,
leave out to
and
go
that's
to the
true
grocery
a
store
degree because
and somebody rob you or carjack you.
Everything-
You did nothing
you
wrong.
could be
You don't
doing
have to take
everything
accountability for
absolutely
that.
Right. You could leave out to go to
You
the
know,
grocery
but
store.
certain situations we
And
do
somebody
have to
rob
take.
you
Once
or
somebody
carjack you did
shows
nothing
you
wrong.
who
You
they
don't have to
are,
take accountability
believe
for that.
them. That's one
You
thing
know,
I
but
had to
certain
learn for
situations
myself.
we do have to
I used to
take.
spend
Once
so much time.
shows
I
you
had a
who
friend
they
tell
are,
me
believe
years ago,
them. That's
and had
one
I
thing
listened to
had
her,
learn for myself.
I'd have saved
I
myself
used
a
to
lot of
spend
tears.
So much time. I
She
had a friend
said,
tell me years ago,
everyone is not a
and had I
Wanda.
listened to her,
Everyone does not know how to love on your level.
She said,
everyone has never
everyone is not a Wanda.
received. They don't even know how to take love on your level. Exactly. She says, stop expecting you from other people. And she told me point blank period, and she was the one that hurt my feelings. So in other words, I cussed her out.
She said, stop expecting
That was before I got,
from other people. And
I cussed her out.
And she was the one that hurt my feelings. So in other words, I cussed her out.
I'm just being honest. I'm authentic.
I cussed her out.
Because what had happened was she got all these words, and that was before I was more refined.
So what had happened was,
what happened was she got all
I got the camera on y'all, but
and that was before I was more refined.
5 or 10 years later, I revisited that conversation, and I said, "Well, holy smoke." That ain't what I said. I wasn't refined then, but I said, "Holy smoke." Yeah, like, had I listened to her and not been in that place of arrogance and anger, I really could have saved myself some tears. Some tears from relationships, from family, from jobs, because I go to work and I'm going to do what I get paid for. And I'm going to do above and beyond what I get paid for, because you can't take my job from me. I'm walking out on my own terms. I'm going to do my job. I ain't got to kiss nobody's booty to keep this job because I do it right. That was my attitude. You know, so I expected everyone around me to have that same attitude. Well, Wanda doing triple the work, and they sitting around lollygagging, got drinks in the drawer, and all of that other kind of stuff. Real talk. Yeah, I ain't gonna say where it was, but the people watching that know I ain't lying. Taking braids out at their desk, answering calls, yeah.
People watching.
And I would get agitated expecting me from other people.
Taking braids out at their desk, answering calls.
Sometimes the enemy is the
I would
enemy.
get agitated expecting me from other people.
You get angry with her when she was.
Sometimes the enemy.
She wasn't being there for me. She was getting fussed out.
No. Why did you get angry? Fuss her out. I mean, in the process of you fussing her out.
She wasn't being there for me. She was getting fussed
Get
out.
upset.
No.
Because of the truth.
No, because she had done something. We were very close friends. She was almost like a best friend. Well, she was one of my best friends.
Okay.
And now
Because she had,
we're still associates. We might talk to each other once or twice a year. But she did something that hurt my feelings immensely.
Oh, before she told you that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Once or twice a year.
Yeah.
But she did something that hurt
let
my
me
feelings
tell you
immensely.
something. My britches
Oh,
been
before she
big
told you that?
since I was
Yeah.
little,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had big britches.
You had big
But
britches.
still got it.
Okay.
Them big. I'm working on
I
I had britches so big.
You had big britches.
Still got it.
Okay.
Because
Because
I'm working
you gotta
on
think.
I'm gonna say to that though.
my britches are big. Okay.
I can say something about that because
No.
but we were growing.
Because I don't think the
There
people
were-
raising us knew about
I
it.
knew nothing about
that.
value.
I wasn't taught about that.
Because
I
I
wasn't
think
there
people
where,
raising us knew.
Yeah.
Confidence.
I knew nothing
Okay.
about
Having
about
confidence.
value.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It was just all this stuff that we talk
I
about
wasn't
now
taught,
is what I learned
confidence.
through as I got older.
Right,
You know,
right.
so through
It was just
situations
all
that
this
I-
stuff that we
pretty
talk
much
about
like,
now
I
is
didn't
what
know
I
it's called
learned
respect because
through as I got older.
Right.
You know,
Right.
through
because
certain
of what I
situations that
saw in my
pretty much
household,
like,
the way
mhm.
my parents
I didn't know it
interact
was
with
called
each other. So
respect.
anything
Because we
different
lived in
outside of that, I was like, oh, no.
Right.
Okay.
because of what
If
I
that makes
saw
sense.
It
in
does.
my household,
When you
the way
get
my
into a
parents
relationship
interact with
first
each other.
time, I
So
did.
anything different outside of that, I was like, oh no.
Tell us about it.
If that makes sense, but
Break it on
when you get
down.
into a relationship,
Because I'm quite sure, hopefully, it resonate with some other people. I in high school.
Break it on down.
She knows this because I'm quite sure. Hopefully, it resonates with you.
Okay.
Best friend.
I
Best friend.
Mm-hmm.
in high school.
And
She knew who it is.
I was not
And I'm
a
gonna say my children.
sexually active person
Okay.
Best friend.
at all.
Okay.
Best
So,
friend.
Because I
And,
had insecurities from
I was
trauma,
not a
Mm-hmm.
sexually active person
stuff that we go through
at all.
Okay.
So
He's giving me the attention.
because
And
I
walked
had
around with a
insecurities
certain look on my
from
face,
trauma.
like don't do it, don't try
you
it,
know,
back it up.
stuff that we go
Mhm.
through.
I don't want to be bothered. I just had that
Giving me
because
the
that was my
attention. And I walked
protective,
around,
you know,
Mhm.
certain
Your
look on my
defense
face, like,
mechanism.
Don't do
Yeah,
it,
to
don't
protect
try it.
myself.
I don't want to be bothered. I just had
quiet.
that because that was my protective.
The same.
You know,
Mhm.
a way of
Defense
being.
mechanism.
Yeah, to protect
I'm not allowed
myself
to-
because I didn't want the
Mhm.
attention.
Him and I became really close. He
I
went
got
to-
on the choir.
We went to the
The same.
Long story
And
short,
he was on the choir.
he was
I met a
not
lot
who
of
he
people.
said he was.
And
Mm.
him and I became really close. He went to
Okay.
Okay.
went to
Okay.
But at that time, I had.
Long
I had
story
opened
short,
up,
he was not.
and
who
I'm
he said
talking
he was.
open all the way up.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Emotionally,
Hi, Deborah. Sorry.
Okay.
Emotionally.
But at that time, I had
in every
opened up.
aspect of the word.
And I'm talking
When you experience things for the very first time,
Emotionally.
you think that person is being completely
Mhm.
honest with me,
Yes.
like how
Every
I am.
aspect.
Right.
You know, just like you were saying, I expected him to be
Mhm.
like me.
Right.
Because that's what he, you know, I'm like that too.
Like
You know,
Mhm.
how I am.
long
You know,
story
just
short,
like
it
you were
wasn't
saying,
right.
I
It
expected
wasn't
him to
right.
be
Okay.
like
So
me.
I'm
Right.
Because that's what
Say
that's
she can
what he,
relate
you
to
know.
what I'm
I
about to
like
say.
that too. You know,
because I was
that.
so invested.
Long story
Mhm.
short, it wasn't.
And
it wasn't what it was.
emotionally
So I'm going
attached to this person,
say she can relate to what
in
I'm
love
about
with
to
this
say.
person,
Mhm.
Because
that
I was so
would
invested,
even,
Mm-hmm.
if
And
he would
I
have said, well, we can stay in this relationship if
emotionally
you accept this.
attached to this person,
Mm-hmm.
in love with this person,
Mm.
She
that
can
I
relate to
would
what I'm
even.
talking
Yeah.
If he
would
would've
have said,
been
well,
open
we
to
can
it.
stay in
Right.
Because he
you
wasn't.
accept this.
I was still in the, if he would have came back after the fact, because I was so emotionally
Attached.
connected and
Mhm.
wasn't, didn't know how
Because he
to.
wasn't.
Eventually, I knew how to
I
let
was
it go,
still in the,
but I didn't want
if
to.
he would have
If
came
that
back
makes
after
sense.
the fact,
So,
because I was so
if he would have came
emotionally
back after the fact,
connected and
got
wasn't,
over
you know,
what I
didn't
was
know
going
how
through
to.
and said,
Eventually, I knew how to
still
let it
want
go, but I didn't
to
want
nurture
to.
this
If
relationship.
that makes sense.
I almost
So,
would have.
if he would have came
You
back
said
after
almost.
the fact, and I
Almost.
was got
Okay.
over what I was going over and
Because I've been
said,
halfway in.
I
half
still
out.
want
because
to
because
nurture
once
this
the trust
relationship,
has been
I
violated,
almost would
you're
have.
still kind of like one foot on
You
the,
said almost.
one foot out,
Almost.
halfway out the door,
Mhm.
one foot in.
Because
Mhm.
I've been
Almost like
halfway
that.
in, halfway
Okay.
out. Because because
Until
once
people
the trust has
realize
been
that.
violated,
Mhm.
you're
So,
still kind of like one
what
foot
I'm
on
saying is to
one
say
foot out,
that the
halfway out the
enemy
door,
is
one
the
foot in.
enemy.
I was
Because
like
you,
that.
your gut tells
You
you
know.
every time.
Until
Right. But the heart wants
Your
with the
gut
heart
So,
tells
wants.
you.
what I'm saying is to say
Mhm.
And see, and I did not know.
Your
Why
gut
would I
tells you
know? I
every
wasn't
time.
taught.
Right.
I
But the
wasn't taught.
heart
I
wants
didn't
the
have
gut
that.
tells you.
Once what the heart wants.
And see, and I did not know.
You know, my mom was straight poor.
Right.
I wasn't taught. I
If
didn't
he's
have my
smiling
dad
at you,
around to teach me
he only
about
want one thing.
how men and boys.
You know, if he tell you he love you, that ain't
You
no
know,
love. It's
my
puppy
mom
love.
was
We don't know.
straight
You're not
core.
gonna describe my
My
if he's
situation,
smiling at
right.
you,
you know,
It's
don't
puppy
know
love.
It's
You're not gonna
I
minimize
was-
that.
You know, if you tell you he love you, that ain't no
Girl,
love.
it's
puppy love.
love.
No.
It's
You're not gonna
love,
describe
Mom. You ain't gonna
my
tell me that it's not love.
feeling
Right.
as, you know,
It's
it's
puppy love.
It's
You're not gonna
love.
minimize
I was
that.
looking down. He's a liar.
Girl,
Yeah.
it's
If he
love.
can't look me in my
It's
face
love,
when
Mom.
he's
You
talking
ain't
to
tell
me
me it's
about
not love.
me,
It's love.
he's a liar.
Right.
Yes.
If you can't look in your face,
I
when
agree.
he's talking
I had
to
that
you, he's
one
looking
parent
down,
that
he's a
pretty
liar.
much
Yeah.
If he
was
can't
the
look me in my
guy
face
of, you
when
know,
he's talking to
of
me
my
about
life,
me,
but I still
he's a liar.
Yes.
wasn't taught enough to know that.
I had that
So if
one
you're not
parent
guy-
that
if you're not
pretty
taught
much was the guide of
the way
of
about
my life.
value, how you value yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That would have saved me a lot of
So if you're not if you're
relationship
not
problems
taught
too.
Exactly.
You know,
Young
way
ladies that
about value,
I
how you
mentioned
value
that.
yourself,
and guys, yeah,
that
but,
would have saved me a
like,
lot of
young ladies
relationship
attach
problems too.
themselves to me for whatever
Young
reason,
ladies that
and I
And
mentor
guys.
unofficially.
yeah, but
And I make sure to
young
impart
ladies
those
attach
things. I say things your mama should have taught you but didn't. And if I ever say shortcut to them, then they know that I'm telling you that if you listen to this one sentence or paragraph that I say, I can save you 5 to 10 years of heartache.
And they know that
Me and my girlfriend Michelle say all the time that we were not prepared for life as it is. Like,
me and my
the old
girlfriend
folks didn't
Michelle
teach
say
us
all the
this.
time that
they didn't know, but some of it they knew. Some of it they knew, and it goes down back to them generational curses and secrets in the family and all of that dysfunction.
And it goes down back to them generational
Right,
curses
exactly.
and secrets
You know,
in the
so some of it they knew, but with me,
all of that
what I've learned to do, because I refuse to believe that, well, I know everybody doesn't love on my level because I'm extra in everything I do. I don't know how to half love anybody. You know, I really don't.
I go all the way.
I'm either all or nothing. And
I love without limits.
exactly. And when I start a new relationship, and that's 12 years ago, it's no expectations but no limitations. But I teach people how to love me by how I love them.
12 years ago.
How I respect them, how to act towards me by how I treat them. If I treat you this way, what makes you think I don't want to reciprocate it back to me?
How to act towards me by
so that's my way.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Courtney sound like she got something she want to say. Let me flip the camera.
I'm trying to stay on the inner me.
So that's
What
about you guys?
You sound doing
yes.
I know I'm trying to stay on the inner me. I'm very passionate.
You know what? I can tell you because she's doing good.
The inner me.
You're doing very
I
good.
am a very passionate person.
Right.
And if I didn't care,
You wouldn't get anything. I can be so nonchalant that I make you doubt your own existence. You be like, am I really standing here? Like, I can look right through you. Like, if I don't care about you.
my enemy,
Am I really
being the
standing
enemy,
here? Like, I can look right
caused,
through you. Like, if I don't care about you.
disruption in relationships. My enemy, being the inner me,
It's not that I'm
has
just cussing
caused,
and I'm going crazy and
disruption
Right.
in my
actually
relationships because people
about
didn't understand.
Exactly.
It's not that I'm just cussing.
so
fussing,
I can become my own enemy.
Right.
I actually
Maybe I could have communicated that a little bit better.
So how have you
I
learned to
can
work
become my
around
own
that? Like,
enemy.
okay, after you came up with maybe I could have communicated
Maybe
that
I
a little
could
bit
have
better.
communicated that
The next
a
time that
little bit
situation
better.
or like
So how
a
have
similar
you learned to
situation
work
presented
around
itself,
that?
did you carry it
okay, after you
differently?
came up with maybe I could have communicated
If
that a
kinda.
little bit better. The next time that situation or like a similar
I love my Courtney, I swear. Oh, 1 minute. Guys, we're hoping that you will call in 443-272-1080.
Oh, 1
It's the
minute,
number. We would
guys,
really
we're
love
hoping
for this
that
to
you
be an
will call
interactive
in.
conversation. Of course, we can
443-272-1080.
definitely, we have enough experiences amongst all of us to carry the conversation, but we'd really love for you to be a part. So by all means, call in.
To carry the conversation.
443-272-1080.
So by all means,
I'm gonna tell y'all a
call
situation
in.
that I got into. I was telling her about.
443-272-1080.
I'm gonna tell y'all a situation.
Right.
I used to work with this gentleman years ago, and he was married.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful relationship. I was
Right.
married at the time too.
I used to work with
Beautiful
this
relationship.
gentleman years ago.
I moved on,
And he
Mhm.
had
of course he did too.
Okay.
And
beautiful
I happened to
relationship.
be
I was
working
married
at
at
the
the
time. He
time.
called in.
Beautiful
He
relationship.
recognized my
So
voice.
Okay.
Long
I
story
moved
short,
on. Of course, he did too.
I got his number.
And
Mm-hmm.
He said,
I
"Give me a
happened to be
You reeled them in, girl.
in.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Okay.
Unknown to me, I didn't know. But
Okay.
anyway,
He
I
got
called him
his
because
number.
I'm still thinking this person is still.
You reeled
My
them in,
friend.
girl.
Oh.
We're friends.
Right.
We never hit it.
My
Not like
bad.
that.
Okay.
Long story short.
Unknown
so
to me, I didn't know.
called-
But anyway,
so I said,
I called him because
and then I started laughing. I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
Still
He may not recognize my
married.
number.
And
because
we're
it's still
friends. We
Right.
never hit it.
Married man.
Long
Mhm.
story short, so
So,
I called and
I left a message, and then
I started laughing. I'm like, okay,
later,
wait a minute.
he called.
He may not
Okay.
recognize
So we
my
talked on
number
the
because it's
phone
still
and-
under my
Long story short,
married
he said,
man.
you asked about my
So-
parents and my mom and I left a message, and then maybe about a couple of days later, he called.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked on the phone. And
Oh, wow.
long story short, he said,
Right.
he asked about my kids, and my mom, and everything. And I said,
So me and my son,
she
went
passed
out to
away.
see him
Mhm.
because he knew my kids were
So sorry.
just to see him.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him.
You need to come out and see me. So me and my son
That's what I expected.
and
Okay.
went out to see him because he knew my kids.
He prepared me a little bit, but it really wasn't what I expected. Because I've never seen anyone like that.
But what I
Mhm.
expected.
Actually going through dialysis. And,
Oh, wow.
He prepared me a little bit, but it really wasn't what I expected because I've never seen anyone like that.
Okay.
But anyway,
Actually going through
at that time I had,
dialysis,
my mom hadn't been gone a year. And
sight.
long story short,
It wasn't what I
he
expected.
had.
But anyway, at that time I had,
Okay.
my mom hadn't been gone.
I always
a
try to
year.
be nice,
Mm-hmm.
And long story short,
considering
He had-
his illness and all that,
Yeah.
I was taking all that in consideration. And I'm still processing.
I always
the
try to
fact
be
he's not
nice.
lost his wife.
Right.
you know,
So I said, well, how long you
because
guys been-
considering his illness and all that, I was taking all that in
I said,
consideration.
oh, okay.
And I'm still processing the fact that
You
this
in a
man just lost his wife.
Right.
Yeah, so why don't you long story short,
I was like, oh, okay.
he started making
You ready
plans.
for a relationship?
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know to a certain degree until he kept saying, my mom want to meet you. She can't wait to meet you. I said,
Long
"Meet
story
me?"
short,
Maybe for what?
he started making plans.
But he was taught,
And I didn't know
He started saying, I
to a
want
certain
you to
degree
bring
until I kept
up,
saying, my mom wanted
I'm
to
gonna
meet
take you
you.
in, my
She
wife
can't wait to
in,
meet you. And I said,
get you this and get you
for
that.
you know, but he was taught,
Right.
and he started saying, I want you to wear.
Oh, no, I'm not a
Yeah.
substitute for
Let me
her.
tell
I'm
you.
my own
Let
person.
me tell you.
I don't want that.
Because of that, I won't even go into that shop.
Right.
I don't
Because
blame
it
you.
creeps me out.
Yeah,
You know.
Okay.
So I said, let me call your mom.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
tell you.
"Hi." She said, "Oh my
Because of that, I won't even go into that shop
God."
because it creeps me out.
I
you
don't
know.
know what